house music has always been around. It's just once again is getting a spotlight.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
it's always been around, you know.
But did that impact your decision to go full force on this album, or were you
Yo.
already?
What's
all
crazy
systems
about
go?
this? Like I wrote this album a year and a half ago.
Woo! All right, everybody. This is My Wand here at Dash Radio on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Today we got an extremely special talent.
Thank you.
By way of Puerto Rico,
Yes.
Nohemy.
What's up, guys? What's up? What's up?
How are you doing today?
Man, I am excited. I feel blessed. This is my first time really like doing an interview here in LA, and just being able to share my music and get to know you. I think is cool. It's cool.
Well, I'll tell you why I'm super excited. So I do about 2 or 3 interviews a week.
Okay.
And every once in a while, I get something that's just a little different. And with your music, it was different. Especially like, so I began with Sin Fin. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Sin Fin.
Yes.
I got to get my accents down,
No,
especially in LA.
I got your back.
Yo hablo un poquito español.
Un poquito.
Pero mi español es basura.
Bonito.
No, gracias. But listening to all of your music, there was a real common thread. It just felt good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like being able to listen to Nohemy all day, I came in listen in a real good mood.
Thank you.
And then I got to, I did a little digging, and I went to your Instagram, and I was like, NoHaus, am I saying it right?
NoHaus.
NoHaus. So I saw the little snippet you were playing.
Yeah.
Was it, what was it called again?
Which did we watch the story or?
No, you had it on your feed. It was the one I believe you played for 137.
Oh yeah, Loca.
Loca.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's why it's called NoHaus.
Yeah.
So you were fusing Latin
Yeah.
in house.
Yeah. So the name, the story behind the name is, my name is Nohemy, right? So they call me No. All my tags on my song is like No.
Mm-hmm.
So that's NOH. And then my producer, he's from Germany. Me and him co-produced this project. That's my album. And house music, instead of spelling H-O-U-S, and over there in Germany it's H-A-U-S. That's how we came up with the name NoHaus.
Oh my God,
So
so many layers to it.
It was like 2 a.m. I was like, yo, I need a name for the album. And I worked on this album with my producer, and I was like, I wanted to incorporate something that was also from him. And I was like, yo, NoHaus. Yo,
I love
and
that.
that was it for me. That was it.
That's so beautiful. So the first, there was a few layers there I want to peel back. First layer, you did this whole project with one producer, or like he was a core producer?
Yeah, just with one producer. I added one song that's from Johan. He's from Pure Music. But mainly everything, literally everything from vocal production, like and everything. Like I worked hand in hand with my producer.
I love that. I think the best work we get in music comes from one artist, and it doesn't always have to be one producer, but it should be to me. Like you get the Doggy Style, Dr. Dre and Snoop. Even like Lupe Fiasco's first album, he had his in-house producers.
There's something special about that, and there's nothing wrong with collaborating. Like I said, other producers also collaborated and 1 or 2 songs, but there's something very special about when you connect with a producer and you both complement each other in a way that, when you sit with another producer, it doesn't quite exactly go that way, which is okay,
Yeah.
But me understanding that I have that connection with him and this energy between us both, like, it was a no-brainer. I've been working with him for 6 years. He's my best friend. So
Oh, that's
it's all good.
amazing. Wait, what's his name?
The Crew.
The Crew. Shout out to The Crew. I love Germans too. Germans are great folks.
He's awesome.
Did you guys work on the project here in the U.S., Puerto Rico, and Germany?
Funny story. We worked in person together twice, but mainly everything has been virtually because he lives in Germany. So when pandemic came around, man, we were used to it. We already trained for it. So it was nothing.
Oh, you were working virtually before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been like 6 years,
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's
nothing. Amazing. I love that just because for me, it lets me know that the album's going to be cohesive. You know what I mean?
I get that a lot. And that's why we're here, and that's why we do listening sessions and get everybody's feedback. It's very important for me as well. It's such a sound that is very experimental, especially in the Latin market. So all the feedback that's been coming back is that consistency in the project, staying in the same genre, but still not sounding the same. Each song has its own feeling, its own world. So it's been such a blessing because I created it with my heart. I gave it my all, and it wasn't me intentionally saying like, hey, I'm gonna do this because I think this is gonna blow up. It's like, no, I'm gonna do this because it makes me feel good, and I identify myself with it, and that's it.
And it's gonna translate. I think
Yes,
when
I
you
hope.
feel good about it, and you know you're crossing two of the most universal styles of music.
Yes.
I remember when the pandemic happened, we were getting radio reports, working in radio, and they said there was only 2 genres of music that had more listeners in the pandemic than before.
Okay.
It was children's music and Latin.
Yes.
So then we had this whole, we all were, like all of us on this call, big conference call with different radio folks, we're trying to dissect why was Latin music doing so well? And we realized Latin music for the most part is just about feeling good and about bringing like a positive energy.
Yes, you know, a lot of times music, I think is, you know, it just comes back around. And what's very important that sometimes gets lost is, you know, the mainstream music starts to become a little too repetitive. You know, labels want a certain sound because it works for commercial, you know, but there's something about that raw content and the identity of each artist that when they display that in their music and they're themselves and they have no filter when they're writing and they're expressing themselves the way that they want to, people connect with that because it's genuine, it's real. And you know what I mean? Like, we're human, we're gonna connect to it, you know what I mean? So I think that's what really happened. Bad Bunny had a lot to do with it, you know?
Yeah.
He had no filter when it came to his music. He would say things the way he would, you know, have it in his mind. And that's just what it is.
Absolutely. You know what? I gotta tell you, my connection to Bad Bunny is that for years, just because my Spanish isn't fluent, I was like, oh, he's just like a craze. You know what I mean? I was like, everyone loves Bad Bunny, right? We say in LA, excuse my language, but we say the bitches love Bad Bunny because that motherfucker sells out LA faster than any other artist, and like a LA artist could sell out LA. So my fiance one day was like, hey, you gotta watch one of his videos with subtitles. And I was like, why? And she's like, I don't think you understand with the messaging behind this dude's stuff.
Yeah.
So I watched a Bad Bunny video with subtitles, and I was like, oh, this motherfucker is talking. Like, he, not only is his music so good and so catchy, but there's such a genuine message, because he was talking about like the girl being addicted to drugs and how she fell in love with the lifestyle, and that makes sense for what he is and what he looks like.
That's what it is. And a lot of times people want to critique like the lyrics of like a lot of like the Spanish music, but at the end, it's a reality that we all at some point crosses our minds. Just somebody is being vocal about it. You know what I mean? That's all it is. But there's music for everybody. That's a good thing. You know what I mean? There's rock, there's reggaeton, there's whatever it is, it's out there. So, hey, I'm just gonna be another person that's gonna provide some dope vibes, and if you fuck with it, you know, then
you fuck with it.
You fuck with it.
Well, I think timing for NoHaus, right? I keep wanting to say NoHaus because I go to Germany every year, so I know Haus, right? I go to Dusseldorf, Germany every year. I have family there.
Yes.
So when I read it at first, I was like, NoHaus. I should have realized there was like a German tie.
It's all good.
But timing is immaculate because I want to say it was about 6-8 weeks ago, something happened in music, and it was Beyonce came out with Break My Soul, and Drake 24 hours later dropped a very house-inspired album.
People were like, what is this? Because it was so off for them. But like I was saying, everything comes back again. It's full circle. And house music has always been around. It's just, once again, it's getting a spotlight.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's always been around, you know?
But did that impact your decision to go full force on this album, or were you already
What's crazy about this, like, I wrote this album a year and a half ago. So when I was writing it, it wasn't really going on. Like, you know what I mean? So once I started to realize that people were just tapping into different sounds, I felt excited. You know what I mean? Because I was like, it's dope. I was doing something that before it was really starting to get that spotlight again, so I knew I was up to something.
You knew.
I was like, yo, I guess I'm up to something on
Yeah,
accident.
no,
So
you knew.
that's a great accident.
Exactly. Well, it just goes to show why timing with this is so perfect.
And I haven't rushed the process. Like, I could have put the album out a long time ago, but I'm still like just finishing the mastering touches and little things, because I want it to be perfect. I want it to be how I want it to be. And then for good music, there's no expiration date. There's no date. So
that is the best thing I heard all week. So you're absolutely right. Great music will always stand the test of time.
Yes.
Even like a lot of great songs these days might not hit when they come out, but great music will live, and it will get recognized when it's supposed to.
Yeah, and that's what it's about.
And you're very one of the things I want to say is you're a hard-working artist. From what I've seen, just from when you've hit the scene, you've been busting your ass. It's not easy to drop one album, let alone like you're following up. So I saw. Are they considering this your first album, like your debut album?
It is considered because of the amount of minutes. That's how Grammy usually, like, I guess it is. So yeah, it's an album. It's 8 songs.
Because you had Sin Fin, right?
Yeah, Sin Fin.
But that you didn't consider that an album?
No, I think it was considered an album, but it was more, for me, it was more like an EP.
Okay.
Because some of those songs were already out. It's kind of like I just included them. But definitely this one counts as an album, yeah.
What does it feel like? Your first child, right?
I was on my way here, and I really just couldn't believe that I was on my way here to talk about my project, because it's been such a journey creating it. And to finally be here and be able to talk about it and showcase it to everybody, it's like, oh my God, it's so surreal, you know? Yeah. I come from Puerto Rico, a small town. Like, I'm just a young girl still dreaming. Like, I'm still in my dreams. Like, I'm still chasing that dream. Like, so it's a humbling experience. I feel grateful.
Well, we're grateful to have you here. You know, Dash.
You. I love the vibes here.
Thank you. You know, one thing about Dash we've always taken pride in is connecting fans with artists, and connecting fans with artists that they don't know are going to be, you know, it.
Yeah.
So we had Billie Eilish's first radio interview at the old place.
Wow.
We had Cardi B's, one of her first, I want to say actually her technically first radio interview, Post Malone's first radio interview. So I'm proud to say we have your first or one of your first interviews.
Yeah.
At least LA, here in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So we really take pride in that, because with the way we see it is we invest in the artist early, and our hope is that within 2 years you're not even fucking with us anymore. Like, we can't get Post Malone on the phone anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I hope that I can. I know that I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna remember all these first times. You know, the people that, you know, opened the doors at the beginning of my career, because as a female artist, as an emerging artist, like starting up, just finding my place in this industry, like, it's hard. And like having platforms like this open up the doors at an early stage, it also like helps us, and not everybody wants to do that, you know? So having a place like this that we can come and be ourselves, and like you said, have the first dips, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to be able to watch this interview, like you said, in 2 years, and be like, we did it,
yeah,
man.
we did it. We did it.
We can do another one and see what's up.
Exactly.
Catch up.
Listen, if we can get a hold of you in 2 years, I'll be proud of myself, because I know you're going to be out of here.
I will.
Your music is, one great word for it to me is universal. Because I feel like now that I have an understanding of how it's made, it makes sense, because the production is going to be very European, which, like, Europe has always led the way production-wise. Like, they've always been ahead of the curve as far as production goes. Yeah. And nothing is as universal as Latin music. There's English music, but Latin also, what makes it so universal is there's so many regions and countries that can all connect under that one language.
Yes.
So I know this album's gonna go. It's gonna be played here. It's gonna be played all around South America. It's gonna be played in Europe.
Oh, man, I'm
but
excited.
where are some places that Nohemy gets the most love right now?
I get a lot of love from Spain, Argentina, Mexico, a lot of Latin America, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah. I can't wait to go out there. I still haven't got the chance, but 2023 is looking like I'm going to be able to touch those places.
Yeah,
so,
it's going to be that time to really spread your wings.
Yeah.
Now, you've had a journey of ups and downs, hardships. I know you've transitioned like a few times where, if I'm correct, you were a baller.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't like you dribbled the ball.
I'm still a baller.
You still, yay. But are you still playing ball?
I just play for fun with my friends, yeah, but not professionally.
Okay.
But I played in college basketball, and man, everything that I learned there, like the discipline, the hard work, the teamwork, I got it from basketball, and I put into my team now in the music industry. But man, basketball really saved my life. Coming from Puerto Rico, you know, like that was the way for me to stay away from, you know, a lot of stuff and stay distracted and honestly. Like sports are very, very, very important, and not just to play it, but because what it teaches us within ourselves. So yeah, I still play for fun.
You actually answered my next question. I was going to ask you what you brought from your experience in basketball.
Yeah.
Because I noticed a common thread in artists. To me, a successful artist was going to be successful in whatever the fuck they wanted to do. You know what I mean? It's just there's I don't want to like be rude about the world, but there's winners and losers for the most part. And I think if someone who is successful in business can do it in most aspects of business. Yeah. And I feel like to get success in a sport is not easy.
It's not, especially like I'm not the tallest girl. You know, I was super tiny at that time, but I told myself I'm gonna get a scholarship and I'm gonna work towards it. I edited my own highlight video. I asked my coach for the tapes. I downloaded, I don't know what application on the computer, and I edited because, you know, I was like, I'm gonna get my scholarship. And I sent it out to colleges, and that's how I got my scholarship.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And it's like it's setting up myself for success. Like it's not just me waiting for it. It's in all aspects, not just training on the court, but off the court. What do I have to do? I have to talk to these coaches and let them know that I am capable of playing with these 6'2" girls. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's how it was. And like I said, like that was one of the best times of my life, just playing college basketball. Yeah.
Is that what got you? Oh, sorry. Go.
No, I was just saying the consistencies too. Like it wasn't just like, hey, go play college basketball. You have to do a work before.
Absolutely.
And, you know, train every day, a discipline.
Train, pass your classes,
everything.
like just. Now, is basketball what got you out of Puerto Rico?
Yeah. I went to the States, and I was in high school, and then I was playing AAU team, and that's how I kind of got the opportunity. It was crazy because my old coach from Puerto Rico asked me, how did I get a scholarship? Because he wanted the girls from Puerto Rico to also get one.
Yeah,
Because it's not something that they teach in Puerto Rico, you know, like. So I want to be able to, even within music, be able to touch base on that and create opportunities for upcoming athletes or any dreamer, and give them like education on how to go about it. You know, I think that's dope.
It's really not easy at all. I think I'm so impressed. I did not know that you edited your own highlight reel, put it together.
It's still up on
and
YouTube.
shot it out to schools. Cause like I know friends who have been in that basketball grind, and normally the ones who have promise, they get an agent, and the agent's doing all that work.
Yeah.
But Nohemy, you did that by yourself.
Thank you.
I think that explains to me so much so why your music is so big. Because one thing about you is everything is like fully put together. You're not just like putting songs on SoundCloud. No, there's like beautiful, elaborate cover art. There's visuals. When I saw you with, shout out to Mike Boyd, 1:37 p.m. Gary V, shout out to them. Anyone that they have their eyes on, it generally tells me like, oh, this motherfucker is hard working and they're talented. Because they don't just mess around with anybody. Yeah. And so it really to me makes sense that you took on so much in your basketball days, and you just converted that same skill set. And keyword to me is leadership. Yeah. Because you are leading a team now. Yeah. And do you feel more like yourself now doing what you're doing now? Oh, definitely. And it's, you know, I feel like any of us can relate to that. We're going on this journey called life, and one day you think you got to figure it out. Then you get there and it's not what you thought it was. You know what I mean? Then you go somewhere else. So I definitely found the place that I want to be and what I want to represent. I found my purpose, my identity. And now it's kind of just growing the community. You know what I mean? Growing the community, inspiring others, creating opportunities, and just enjoying life. Like, I just want to be happy. I just want to be at peace and do music and share it with the fans. Well, we can't wait. We can't wait. So I haven't heard NoHaus yet. Good. I heard the snippet. You know, I heard the little snippet, but we're going to hear the project tonight, right? Yes. Oh, I'm very excited. Yes. Now, for your fans, when can they expect to hear the project? We have it planned to come out beginning of 2023. So we're looking like January, at the end of January. I'm excited. It's coming fast. Yeah, right? It's going to be like that. We're going to do at least 2 singles or 1 beforehand, but you guys will have it very, very, very soon. That is very, very exciting. Now, is there one song in specific that you're so excited to drop from the album that you're just like, I can't wait for everyone to hear it? It's called La La La. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very world record.
You said like world?
Like world record. Like think about soccer stadiums when the World Cup is going on. Like that feeling.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that song. But what's funny, every time we do listening sessions, everybody picks a different single, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Not everybody gravitates towards the same song. Everybody picks a different one. So it lets me know that I have a great balance in the album. But right now, La 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 will be the one that I'm most excited about.
Okay. And I know you're gonna do it big because you've already linked up with Pepsi. You've already linked up with the WNBA. So nothing that Nohemy has done has been minimal, right?
No.
So I imagine this rollout is gonna be large.
Yes. That's what we're working towards.
Have you already shot the video?
That's what's next. Yeah,
Ooh.
we got the treatments and stuff taken care of. So now it's just filming, taking a nice week of production, and then we're good to go.
Okay, and you're very hands-on with your art, from what I'm
Very
picking
much.
up from what you're saying. Do you actually did you write the entire album top to bottom? Or are you working with like?
No, I wrote it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is that, and so people know, so listeners know, and as people go back and watch this interview, that's not something that most artists do.
No, there was 2 songs that I collaborated where I had another writer and they helped me out on the verses, but just 90% of it, I wrote it, and then I co-produced some of them as well.
And you co-produced? Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I've been saying this. This isn't the first time I said this. I swear to God, as we say in hip hop, no cap. Female production to me is the next evolution of music.
I also recorded the vocals, engineered them.
So wait, you wrote it, you co-produced it, you recorded it.
I recorded it in my room.
Engineered it and you mixed it?
The final mixes my producer did, and now somebody else is doing the last mix. But I recorded, chopped my vocals up, cleaned them up. I put the effects that I wanted, like the ambient that I wanted to transmit. And then my producer went ahead and just, brought it, bigger, made it bigger. But very hands-on, yes.
Yeah, extremely hands-on. That answered my question. I was going to say, well, I guess the last thing I'm going to ask you, what part of the music process don't you do? It sounds like you do it all.
Mastering.
Yeah, no one wants to master, though. You could master if you wanted to,
I
I'm
can't
sure.
hold the camera, really, for the video.
Yeah,
No. I let people play their role. Like engineers, I have more, respect for engineers. Now that I was able to do my vocals, I understand like the patience and the work that engineers put in, producers. So honestly, I just know a little bit of every hat, which is helpful when it comes down to creating my art, because I know exactly what I want.
Exactly, and you know how to gear the engineer.
And the language as well, being able to communicate with an engineer and be like, hey, I need this compressor, put an RVox, put this, EQ it down, whatever. Instead of I just don't like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So being educated as an artist is very important. It's not just making the music, but understanding the inside out of it.
No, I mean, I'm a believer. I was a believer listening to the music coming into this, but getting to speak to you, you have just blown me away.
Thank you.
How skilled you are. I knew you were skilled, but if someone would have been like, okay, check the boxes, I would have been like, it sounds like she writes. She doesn't produce. I would have just thought you sing and write, but you have your hands on everything.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I had to do it.
Nohemy, you are going to inspire so many women, if not just, in general. You're going to inspire so many people, especially from Puerto Rico, which has been on fire since I always like to say Bad Bunnies, Yeah. Since Bad Bunny, I felt like Puerto Rico has really been on fire, and
Puerto
I
Rico
think
is special.
this is perfect.
People are special.
Time for you to take the torch and keep it going.
I'm excited. I'm ready. I passed my boot camp. I'm all trained. I got my cardio up.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Alrighty, everybody. This is Nohemy. If you have not checked Nohemy out, go do it now, because I think people should have an understanding of your transformation. But I'm so excited for NoHaus.
We're ready.
So I'm going to get a little preview.
Yes,
the album will be coming out, you said, around January.
Yep.
When can we expect the first song that is going to be public for people to really...
I'm working towards this month.
Okay.
Yeah, working to put a single out before the year is over, and then get the rest in January.
Alrighty. Is there anybody you want to shout out before we go join everyone in the party?
I just want to shout out my producer, the crew. Thank you for being on this journey with me. You're my best friend. And everybody that is playing a part in my team, my management team, my best friend. You know, that emotional support is very important too. So I'm just grateful. And all the fans, thank you for giving me the opportunity to really have a voice in this industry.
Well, from behalf of the fans and me, thank you for putting so much time, dedication, and effort into the art, because it really shows and you can hear it.
Thank you.
And I have a good feeling when I leave here, I'm gonna have a couple of these NoHaus songs memorized in my head.
I'll send them to you.
All right, please do. Alrighty, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nohemy. Everybody, be on the lookout. I say this here and there, but if you were a stock in the stock market and I had money to put down, I would double down on that motherfucker right now, because you are out of here. I'm going to have to become a stock. Let's create the coin, the no coin. Yes. No coin. That's Don't it. Don't jump ahead. Alrighty, everybody. My wand, Nohemy, here at Dash Radio on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And be on the lookout. Peace. Boom.